Hello students, welcome back to the state government again, the 14th chapter and the session number 3. In the last two sessions that we have studied about the composition of the state government, federal government, in what way the functions and powers of the union government and state government are divided. Then we have started to study the elements of the state government, and the first element that we have started, that is the legislature. Okay, so out of the two elements of the legislature, one element that already we have studied in the last session, that is the legislative assembly. Okay, and in there only we have studied about the bicameral and unicameral legislatures of the state. So state governments can have bicameral or unicameral legislature. So we have studied that only the 6 states in India, they are having the bicameral legislature, and out of that Maharashtra is one state. So about the bicameral, the first one that we have studied about legislative assembly in the previous session. So today we are going to study in detail about the legislative council, that is the second house of the state legislature. So the state legislature, the legislative council, okay, that is also known as the Vidhan Parishad. So we have studied state legislative assembly is known as the Vidhan Sabha, and legislative council is known as the Vidhan Parishad. Vidhan Parishad, it is the upper house of the state legislature. Okay, whereas the Vidhan Sabha is the lower house of the state legislature. So we are going to study in detail about the state legislature legislative council, its composition. See, composition of the legislative council. So the members of the legislative council, that should not exceed than the 1/3 of the total members of the legislative assembly of the state. Okay, so don't get confused, maybe it is looking difficult to understand, but listen it very carefully, that the maximum membership of the legislative council is should be equal, okay, maximum, it should be equal to the 1/3 of the total members of legislative assembly. It means if there are the 3 members in legislative assembly, then the council should have only 1/3 of the members, it means 1 member. If the 3 members are there in legislative assembly, then council will have only 1 member. Okay, so it is the maximum membership. And what about the minimum membership? That minimum member of the state legislative council should not be less than 40. Okay, so minimum membership. But as we have studied before in the assembly also, that the president has right to give, to make changes in that provision, constitutional provision regarding the size and the population of the state. So here is also the same provision available for the council. So the member of council, the number of members of council can be exceeded, okay, by the president, or it can be lesser again. Okay, so the legislative council should may have, okay, the numbers of less than 40, okay, or maximum numbers it may have more than the 1/3 of total members of legislative assembly. So I am here going to display you the list of all the 6 states and their members of number of members of legislative assemblies as well as the councils. In the blue column you can look there. See, Uttar Pradesh, which has 100 members, okay, in legislative council. In Maharashtra, the legislative council is having 78 members. Then Bihar, it is having 75 members. Karnataka, the same 75 numbers are there. Andhra Pradesh, again it is having 56 members there. Telangana, 34 members. Okay, so these are the 6 states they are having the bicameral legislature in India. So if you consider towards Telangana is having 34 members. It means what? It is lesser than the 40. It means the provision is changed considering the size of the and the population of the state Telangana. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about the tenure. Okay, tenure of the legislative council. Okay, the legislative council cannot be dissolved. It means the legislative council is the permanent house of the state legislature. Okay, it never be dissolved, but the members, okay, members of the legislative council has the tenure of 6 years. It means once they are elected, they will continue their tenure for 6 years. Okay, then how it is possible that after the 6 years the members are getting retired and the council of the legislative council is it never get dissolved? So there is the another provision that we can see, the 1/3 of its members. How much? 1/3 of the total members of legislative council, they get retired every 2 years, and again the same number of members are elected newly. Okay, it means at the same time all the members they don't get retired, like the legislative assembly, after the 5 years all the members it get retired and the new elections are conducted for the new legislative assembly. But in the legislative council the case is different. Okay, every 2 years the 1/3 of total members they get retired, and the same number of members are elected. So therefore the legislative council is the permanent house of the state legislature. Okay, it cannot be dissolved. The procedure of elections. Okay, we have studied in the legislative assembly that in the procedure that the members of legislative assembly are directly elected. Okay, they are directly elected by the people. Okay, but here the members of legislative council are the indirectly elected by the people. Indirectly, it means the representatives of the people elect the members of legislative council. Okay, so here it is 1/3 of the members are elected by municipalities, panchayats, district boards. It means whatever the local governments are there in Maharashtra, local governments. Okay, all that local governments, the members of local government they elect. How much of the members? 1/3 of the members of the legislative assembly are elected by them. Okay, then the next is 1/3 of the members are elected by the legislative assembly. It means 1/3 members are elected by legislative assembly. Then 1/12, okay, 1/12 number of members are elected by the graduates residing in the state. Graduates, the voters, those who have completed their graduations, okay, and they are residing in the same states, so they can elect the 1/12 members. Okay, 1/12 members are elected by the graduate people in the council. Then again 1/12 number of members are elected by the teachers. Okay, the teachers, those who are having 3 years of experience, okay, they can elect the 1/12 member of the legislative council. Okay, then remaining 1/6 members are there. Okay, that 1/6 members are nominated from the governor of that state. Okay, generally to whom governor nominates as the member of council, that the people those who have distinguished themselves. Distinguished means they are having a good contribution in the different fields like literature, arts, science, then the politics. Okay, so out of these fields, the persons those who are having their greater contribution towards the state, out of that, among that people, the governor can appoint, okay, as the member of legislative council. Okay, so this is the procedure for election of legislative council. Now the qualification for the membership. Okay, as usual it is, he must be, or he or she must be the citizen of India. Then the person must have 30 years of age. Okay, then that person must be a registered voter in any of the constituencies in India. Okay, so he must have the voter, registered voter, okay, of the any constituency of India. Then he she should not hold any office of profit under the central government or the state government. It means he should not be, he should not be the state employee, government employee, or the central government employee also. Okay, so then he must be mentally sound and must not be insolvent. Okay, so it means the mental health of that person must be good. So these are the qualifications for the membership of council. Then uh, the presiding officers, okay, the heads of legislative council are the chairman and deputy chairman. Okay, and out of that, the chairman is the chief presiding officer of the legislative council. In assembly, we have studied in the last lesson, the presiding officers are known as the speaker and deputy speaker, and in council they are known as the chairman and the deputy chairman. Okay, so both these chairman as well as the deputy chairman are elected among the members of legislative council. Okay, so these members, they elect their chairman and deputy chairman. Then it is responsibility of chairman to carry out the functions of the council. It means under his control, under his presiding, the work of the functioning of the council, it goes on. Then when there is the absence of chairman, okay, in that case all the duties and functions of the chairman are done by the deputy chairman. Okay, so these are the presiding officers. Powers and functions of the legislative council. Okay, so by mistake it is written assembly, but it is powers and functions of the legislative council. The first function of the legislative council, that is, the legislative council can introduce an ordinary bill in the state legislature. Okay, ordinary bill, it means the bill which is not related to the money matter of the state, that can be presented in the legislative council. Okay, compared to the legislative assembly, the council has less rights. Okay, so here only ordinary bill can be introduced in the state legislature, but even this bill can be introduced in the council, but it must have the consent of legislative assembly. After passing the bill in council, it is sent to the legislative assembly, and if legislative assembly passes the bill, then only it is sent to further procedure, otherwise the bill is cancelled. Okay, so it means the less right is having here. Then the legislative council can also initiate a dialogue on the different issues legislative council can introduce the dialogues. Okay, it can start the discussion on different issues of the state and the government. Then the legislative council elects a chairman and the deputy chairman, as we have studied in the presiding officers. Okay, so they have right to vote for the chairman and deputy chairman. Instead of that, they don't have right to vote anywhere. Then so far what it was all about the legislative council. Okay, so now after the legislative council we are going to discuss about the law making procedure. So how, what is the procedure of that the bill becomes a law. So how does a bill become a law? So first we should know that what is a bill. Okay, a bill, it is a draft of the legislative proposal. Okay, bill is a draft of a legislative proposal. Okay, it means the rough work which was done, roughly the bill is drafted. So and so that bill is presented, the draft, when it is presented in the house of the legislature, then it is known as the bill. Okay, so bill, as already we have studied that there are the bills are of the two types. There is one money bill and ordinary bill. Money bill, which is related to money matter, and ordinary bill, it means rather than the money matters. Okay, so money bill can be introduced in the legislative assembly, already we have studied. Okay, it can be only introduced, money bill, in assembly. Money bill cannot be introduced in legislative council. Okay, but the ordinary bill, it can be introduced in any house of the legislature. Okay, so that after when the bill is presented in the house, when these bills are passed by the both governments. Okay, after passing these both government, then it is sent to the governor. Okay, for the governor's assent. And governor can use his own rights here, that the one governor cannot send back the money bill. Okay, whatever the money bill, it is passed by the both houses, when it is turned toward the governor has to sign over it. Okay, governor don't have right to send it back. Okay, he has to give the consent for the money bill. Okay, but he can send back the ordinary bill for the, with some suggestions, recommendations, and rediscussion in the houses. Okay, once, only one time he can send back. Again, if suppose the same bill is passed by the both houses and again it's sent to the governor, for the second time governor don't have right to reject the bill, he has to sign over that. Okay, so this is the process of making law. Okay, once the bill which is presented in the house, okay, after the consent of the, after the assent of the, after the sign of the governor on that, it becomes a law, and then it is sent to the executive body for the implementation. Okay, so students, here in this session we have studied in detail about the composition of the legislative council, then the qualification for membership, then its tenure, then we have studied about the presiding officers, then its powers and functions, then law making procedure. So all this we have discussed in this session. So now we are going to conclude this session, and we will continue with the executive, okay, state executive body from the next session. Thank you.